You have asked in the silence of your heart, "Do I really matter?" I have heard that question every time it rose in you. You are not invisible to me. You are not excess. You are not a mistake drifting through a careless universe. That fear is not my voice. Stop. Listen. I formed you with intention. Before you understood your own name, I knew it. Before you doubted your worth, I established it. There is no cosmic accident attached to your existence. There is no oversight in your design. I do not create randomly. I do not breathe life into something without purpose. You are here because I willed it. You have felt overlooked. You have felt left behind, while others seemed chosen, favored, accelerated. You have compared your path to theirs and concluded that you must have been forgotten. That conclusion is false. Fear is not my voice. Shame is not my language. I do not whisper that you are unnecessary. I speak life over you. I have decided. You are chosen. You are not ordinary. You carry my spirit. Every detail about you was set with precision. Your personality, your sensitivity, your intensity, your questions, even your weaknesses, were woven with intention. What you call flaws are often hidden doorways. What you call limitations are often assignments in disguise. I waste nothing. Lean in. You think your quiet nature disqualifies you. I call it depth. You think your past disqualifies you. I call it preparation. You think your wounds disqualify you. I call them training. Pain is training. Loss is protection. Delay is preparation. I am removing every lie that told you otherwise. It is done. There has never been a moment when you were unnecessary to my plan. Not one breath, not one tear, not one failure. I knew the choices you would make, the doubts you would wrestle with, the nights you would lie awake, questioning everything, and still I chose you. I did not hesitate. I did not reconsider. I chose you fully aware. You carry my spirit. When you feel small, that is the echo of comparison, not the truth of creation. I do not measure you against another. I measure you against my design for you. And my design stands. I have decided that your life will reflect purpose. I am removing the weight of invisibility from your shoulders. I am removing the accusation that you are too late or too behind. I am removing the belief that you are replaceable. You are not replaceable. Stop. Listen. If you were ordinary, the resistance around you would not be this intense. If you were insignificant, the doubts would not press this hard. The pressure you feel is not proof of emptiness. It is proof of value. The enemy attacks what carries weight. The enemy studies what carries promise. And you carry both. Let this settle in your spirit. You have mistaken silence for absence. I have been present in every quiet season. You have mistaken waiting for rejection. I have been shaping foundations you could not see. You have mistaken detours for disqualification. I have been aligning you with precision. There is no wasted chapter in your story. I have decided. Your existence carries consequence. Your obedience carries impact. Your voice carries authority, even when you whisper, even when you tremble, even when you feel unready. I am not searching for perfection. I am revealing purpose. You are chosen, not because you earned it, not because you competed for it, not because you proved yourself flawless. You are chosen because I chose you. That is enough. That stands. That does not expire. It is done. You have asked whether the world would continue without you. The world may continue, but it would not be complete in the way I intended without your obedience, without your love, without your presence in the spaces I assigned to you. I placed you in this time deliberately. I placed you in your family deliberately. I placed you in your environment deliberately. You are positioned, not misplaced. I am removing the narrative that says you are an afterthought. You were a first thought. I saw you before you saw yourself. I planned you before you planned anything. You were not a backup design. You were intentional. Receive this. When you look at your reflection and see weakness, I see capacity. When you look at your history and see failure, I see refinement. When you look at your future and see uncertainty, I see unfolding promise. My vision is not distorted by fear. Fear is not my voice. I am not intimidated by your questions. I am not threatened by your doubt. I am not surprised by your insecurity. I speak over all of it with clarity. You matter. Your life matters. Your presence matters. Your persistence matters. You are not ordinary. You carry my spirit. I have decided that your story will not be defined by insignificance. I am removing the label of invisibility from you. I am establishing your identity in me, and what I establish cannot be erased by opinion, by memory, or by momentary weakness. If this is for you, do not ignore it. Let these words anchor you when the whisper returns. When the question rises again in the night, remember what I have declared. I have spoken. It is done. Stand in that truth. Something greater is already moving beneath the surface, and you are part of it. You think you are late. You look at your life and measure it against a clock that was never mine. You see doors that have not opened, promises that seem suspended, plans that did not unfold when you expected. You have whispered, I missed it. I am behind. That conclusion is false. Fear is not my voice. Stop. Listen. Delay is preparation. You call it wasted time. I call it construction beneath the surface. You call it stagnation. I call it alignment. You call it silence. I call it strengthening. I have decided that nothing in your waiting season will be empty. You feel embarrassed because others appear ahead. You feel pressure because your timeline did not survive reality. You replay your choices, wondering if you ruined something beyond repair. I am removing that accusation from you now. I am removing the lie that you have been disqualified by delay. It is done. I do not rush what carries weight. Gold is not refined in comfort. It is placed in fire, and the fire does not destroy it. The fire reveals it. Pain is training. Pressure is shaping. What feels like heat around you is purification within you. Lean in. You see the flames and assume rejection. I see refinement and declare promotion. Loss is protection. There are doors I did not allow to open because they would have weakened you. There are paths I did not let you walk because they would have diminished you. What you mourned as missed opportunity was my guarding hand. I have decided. You have said, if it were meant for me, it would have happened already. That thought did not come from me. Delay is preparation. Timing is precision. I am not bound by your schedule. I am bound by purpose, and my plan has not changed. It has not been altered by your mistakes. It has not been canceled by your doubts. It has not been erased by your waiting. It is done. You feel the weight of pressure and interpret it as punishment. It is not punishment. It is strengthening. Diamonds are formed under compression. Steel is shaped under force. What you experience as strain is structure forming inside you. Fear is not my voice. You are not being left behind. You are being built. You are not being forgotten. You are being fortified. I am removing impatience that weakens your foundation. I am removing shortcuts that would collapse under success. I am removing fragile ambition and replacing it with enduring capacity. Let this settle in your spirit. You would not be able to carry what you are asking for without the endurance this season is creating. I do not grant weight without muscle. I do not release influence without depth. I do not establish authority without refinement. You are chosen. Chosen people are processed. Chosen people are trained. Chosen people are shaped in hidden seasons before they are revealed in visible ones. You are not ordinary. Ordinary paths do not require this level of strengthening. You carry my spirit, and my spirit does not dwell in something temporary. Stop. Listen. Your frustration has grown because you believed the promise expired. It did not expire. I have decided that what I spoke over you stands. My declaration does not fade with time. My intention does not weaken with delay. I am removing the fear that whispers, it will never happen. I am removing the shame that says, you failed too many times. I am removing the comparison that drains your confidence. Those voices are not mine. Loss is protection. There are relationships I allowed to fall away because they would have confined you. There are plans that dissolved because they would have shrunk you. You saw subtraction. I saw safeguarding. You saw absence. I saw redirection. It is done. Your waiting is not evidence of rejection. It is evidence of preparation. Your pain is not evidence of abandonment. It is evidence of strengthening. Your pressure is not evidence of collapse. It is evidence of formation. Receive this. You are not late. You are aligned. You are not behind. You are positioned. I have decided that this season will serve you, not silence you. I am removing every internal clock that accuses you. My timing governs your story. Delay is preparation. Loss is protection. Pain is training. My plan has not changed. Stand in that truth. What feels slow is building something unshakable beneath you. And when it rises, you will understand why I never rushed it. The war you feel right now is not random. The pressure in your mind, the sudden waves of doubt, the shame that tries to replay your past, the fear that tightens your chest without warning, this is not coincidence. This is resistance. And resistance rises when breakthrough is near. Fear is not my voice. Stop. Listen. The intensity you feel is not proof that you are losing. It is evidence that you are close. The enemy amplifies fear when he senses movement. He magnifies your weaknesses when he sees growth forming beneath the surface. He attacks your identity when your identity is about to solidify. I have decided. The purpose I placed within you will be completed. It will not be aborted by anxiety. It will not be erased by shame. It will not be dismantled by doubt. I am removing the lie that says this battle means failure. It is done. You have mistaken the volume of opposition for the certainty of defeat. That interpretation is false. The closer you move toward alignment, the louder resistance becomes. The closer you approach the turning point, the more aggressively fear tries to speak. But fear is not my voice. Lean in. You feel attacked in your thoughts because the mind is the battlefield. The enemy cannot change your calling, so he tries to distort your confidence. He cannot cancel your assignment, so he tries to weaken your resolve. He cannot steal what I sealed, so he attempts to exhaust you. I am removing exhaustion that does not belong to you. I am removing the heaviness that whispers, you cannot continue. I am removing the accusation that says, you are not strong enough. Strength does not come from human willpower. It flows from me. You do not fight alone. You carry my spirit. When doubt rises, my spirit stands. When shame tries to imprison you, my spirit declares freedom. When fear attempts to paralyze you, my spirit moves you forward. Your power is not sourced from your emotions. It is anchored in my authority. You are chosen. Chosen people face resistance because chosen people carry consequence. If you were insignificant, the opposition would be minimal. If you were ordinary, the pressure would be lighter. You are not ordinary. The magnitude of the battle reflects the weight of the breakthrough. Stop. Listen. The enemy exaggerates your past to weaken your future. He replays your failures to distort your identity. He inflates your fears to block your focus. But exaggeration does not equal truth. I define your identity, not your history. I have decided. Your mind will not be conquered by lies. Your spirit will not be crushed by intimidation. I am removing mental chains that were never authorized. I am removing shame that has overstayed its time. I am removing fear that pretends to be wisdom. It is done. You think the battle proves you are fragile. I tell you the battle proves you are dangerous, dangerous to darkness, dangerous to stagnation, dangerous to everything that tried to hold you small. That is why resistance intensified. Let this settle in your spirit. The opposition is not a signal to retreat. It is a signal to stand. The escalation is not a warning of collapse. It is an announcement that something significant is shifting. Great resistance is a sign that breakthrough is near. You do not fight alone. When your strength feels thin, mine is not. When your courage feels unstable, mine stands firm. When your thoughts feel chaotic, my authority remains steady. Your willpower is not the source of your endurance. I am. I have decided that this battle will not consume you. I have decided that your identity will not fracture under pressure. I have decided that the purpose within you will outlast the opposition around you. Fear is not my voice. You have believed that the intensity means you should withdraw. I am telling you the intensity means you should advance. Stand in truth. Speak with confidence. Move with authority.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall
You are
see
not a victim
God.
of this season.
Seek, and you
are a
shall
warrior being
find.
revealed
Knock,
within it.
and it
You are
shall
not
be
being
opened.
hunted into defeat. You are being strengthened into clarity. The enemy fights hardest when he senses loss approaching, and he senses it now. You are chosen. You are not ordinary. You carry my spirit. I have decided. The purpose will stand. The resistance will not prevail. It is done. Stand firm. There is more happening around you than you can see, and the tide is already turning. You are exhausted because you are trying to carry what was never assigned to you. You have been pushing doors, forcing outcomes, rehearsing conversations in your mind, calculating every possible scenario. You have tried to control timing, manage perception, secure results, and now you are tired. That exhaustion is not weakness. It is a signal. Stop. Listen. Surrender is not defeat. Fear told you that if you loosen your grip, everything will collapse. Fear is not my voice. You believed that control equals safety. It does not. Control without me creates pressure. Dependence on me creates strength. I have decided. You will not carry what belongs to me. You have been trying to do my part. You have been striving to guarantee what I alone govern. You have been forcing doors I have not opened yet. Delay is preparation. Loss is protection. Pain is training. The resistance you felt at certain doors was not rejection. It was restraint. I am removing the burden of self-reliance from your shoulders. I am removing the illusion that you must orchestrate everything. I am removing the anxiety that whispers, if you do not fix this, it will fail. It is done. Lean in. Surrender is strategic. When you release what you cannot control, you make room for my intervention. When you stop forcing movement, I establish alignment. When you quiet your striving, my authority moves clearly. You have been gripping outcomes so tightly that your hands are numb. You have confused persistence with pressure. You have mistaken faith for frantic activity. That is not how I operate. I do not require panic to produce purpose. You are chosen. Chosen does not mean self-powered. You are not ordinary. Ordinary strength collapses under this weight. You carry my spirit. My spirit does not strive. My spirit governs. I have decided that you will learn the difference between effort and obedience. Effort tries to control. Obedience listens and moves when instructed. You have been trying to guarantee results. I am calling you to trust my governance. Stop. Listen. When you surrender, I act. This is not passivity. This is partnership. You bring willingness. I bring authority. You bring obedience. I bring power. You bring your open hands. I fill them according to my design. I am removing the need to understand every detail before you move. I am removing the demand for visible proof before you trust. The unseen realm is active even when your eyes see nothing shifting. It is done. You thought that letting go would make you vulnerable. In truth, clinging to control made you fragile. When you surrender what you cannot govern, you step under my covering. That is strength. Delay is preparation. You wanted immediate clarity. I am building enduring stability. You wanted quick answers. I am forming mature trust. Pain is training. The discomfort of surrender is shaping endurance within you. Let this settle in your spirit. You do not lose by surrendering to me. You align. You do not diminish by releasing control. You expand. You do not weaken by trusting my timing. You stabilize. I have decided that this season will teach you depth. I am removing restless striving that drains your focus. I am removing the pressure to manufacture outcomes. I am establishing peace where anxiety once ruled. You do not fight alone. Even now, I am working in places you cannot see. Even now, I am adjusting paths you cannot trace. Even now, I am positioning circumstances beyond your awareness. You are not abandoned in silence. You are supported in secrecy. Receive this. When you release what is not yours, you step into what is. Your role is faithfulness. My role is fulfillment. Your role is obedience. My role is orchestration. Do not reverse them. I have decided. When you let go, I move. When you trust, I establish. When you surrender, I act. It is done. You are chosen. You are not ordinary. You carry my spirit. Strategic surrender will not shrink you. It will elevate you into alignment. Open your hands. I am already moving. You are closer than you think. You feel tired. You feel stretched. You feel as though you have been standing in the same place for too long. You have whispered, nothing is changing, but you are standing at the edge of a shift you cannot yet see. Stop. Listen. Breakthrough does not announce itself early. It builds quietly. It forms beneath pressure. It gathers strength in silence. History has always followed this pattern: long waiting, then sudden movement, extended resistance, then rapid release. The moment you call suddenly is always preceded by hidden preparation. Delay is preparation. You believed the waiting meant denial. It did not. You believed the silence meant absence. It did not. I have been arranging, aligning, adjusting in ways your eyes cannot measure. The shift has already begun beneath the surface. I have decided the purpose I placed within you will be fulfilled. It will not stall at the edge. It will not collapse before completion. It will not fade because you grew weary. My intention does not expire when your strength feels low. It is done. Lean in. You are standing near a tipping point. The pressure increased because the structure beneath you is about to hold more. The resistance intensified because the breakthrough carries weight. The enemy pushes hardest when he senses loss. And he senses it now. Fear is not my voice. The thought that says, "Give up now," does not come from me. That whisper that says, "It will never change," is not my language. Great resistance is a sign that something significant is close. Pain is training. Loss is protection. Delay is preparation. You are chosen. Chosen people experience long refinement before visible elevation. You are not ordinary. Ordinary paths do not produce lasting impact. You carry my spirit. My spirit does not lead you into collapse. My spirit leads you through formation into manifestation. I am removing the temptation to quit at the threshold. I am removing the fatigue that clouds your vision. I am removing the belief that the process was meaningless. Nothing in your journey has been wasted. Stop. Listen. The suddenly moment is not luck. It is culmination. It is the visible evidence of what has been built in secrecy. You thought nothing was happening. Everything was happening. You thought you were standing still. You were being positioned precisely. I have decided that peace will anchor you. Not chaos. Not panic. Not desperation. Peace will guard you as the shift unfolds. Joy will rise where heaviness tried to rule. Purpose will feel clear where confusion once lingered. It is done. The future I hold for you carries stability. It carries clarity. It carries alignment in relationships that reflect health rather than harm. It carries provision of what is necessary for your assignment, not excess for distraction. It carries depth that sustains, not excitement that fades. Let this settle in your spirit. You are not called to collapse at the edge of completion. You are called to stand. You are not positioned to retreat at the brink of breakthrough. You are positioned to advance. You do not fight alone. Even now, forces beyond your awareness are shifting. Even now, doors you cannot see are aligning. Even now, movement has begun in places that once felt sealed. The miracle has already started moving toward visibility. I have decided the purpose will stand. The resistance will not prevail. The season of hidden construction is giving way to visible change. What felt stagnant will reveal structure. What felt silent will reveal motion. Receive this. Do not step back now. Do not surrender to discouragement at the edge of manifestation. You were destined for victory long before you understood the battle. That destiny has not been revoked. You are chosen. You are not ordinary. You carry my spirit. Stand firm. Move forward. The breakthrough is not a distant fantasy. It is the unfolding of what has already been set in motion, and you are standing in the middle of it.